Recording.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to this thing I'm trying to do.
Hooray.
Hooray. Any questions or thoughts for me before we get started?
I am just excited to get back into this. It's been a hot minute.
It has been like 2, maybe 3 weeks.
The children are upstairs from last I heard. And, oh yeah, there's this guy bleeding out my arms who may have some answers for some particular things. So before he bleeds out, I need to demand him, where the rebel base is. So there's that.
His situation may not be that dire, but he's definitely injured and laying bleeding on the floor right now.
No worries. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm good to go. So
Okay. Let me start up the music here. Last time on the Aenixi Chronicles, our young hero is slowly but surely getting a good footing in this strange new city. With a disguise and a new job, Aenixi returned to the Amber Lamb with a sense of accomplishment. He then found his old friend Bucky shot and bloody on the floor. What are you doing right now, Aenixi?
Okay, let's see. I believe Prix is,
Prix is currently administering a health potion directly on the wound, which seems to be helping at least stop the bleeding. Bucky seems to be kind of a little woozy and out of it.
okay.
Aenixi, help me get him upstairs, okay?
Yeah, I can help.
Quinny has crawled up onto your shoulder.
Okay. I'll let her have the ride, but I will, I guess, grab the shoulders, if Frix is gonna grab the legs, and I guess, I don't know which way we're going. Upstairs?
Upstairs, she says to take him to the bed.
Okay. Alright. I guess I'll do that.
Alright, so you all make it upstairs.
Okay.
The whole time, Bucky's kind of like, sorry about all the fuss. I should be right as rain soon enough.
I'll look towards Prix a bit. I am not sure what to say in this scenario, so also he's currently, bleeding everywhere, so that's fun.
The bleeding has been stopped by the health potion, but there's still a pretty big wound.
When we get him into bed, I'm just gonna look towards Prix and say, so it looks like we might need some bandages or something for him, just so that this doesn't get reopened or anything along those lines.
In the medicine cabinet in the bathroom, I should have some.
Okay, I will go and attempt to find, I guess.
Alright, roll me... Well, no, I'd say it's pretty easy enough. Like, they're right there in the front. But roll me a perception for something else.
Okay, with advantage, because well-rounded, 18.
There is a lot of medical supplies here. You're guessing this probably happens a lot.
Alright, well, at least I have plenty of this stuff. I'm just going to grab a good smattering of them, because I don't really have medical training, and I'm just going to come on back and just onto the bed.
Prix is dressing the wound. Sorry to worry you, kiddo.
I look over towards Prix. I'm not sure who he's talking to with that comment.
He's talking to you.
Okay.
Prix seems pretty used to this.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just, So I'm gonna point at the wound currently being patched up and like look between everyone, Quinn included.
I'm guessing you're asking what happened.
Yes. What is that?
I found myself in a little bit of a sticky situation. I might need your help getting a message out, but it's nothing you should worry yourself with too much. You only just got to the city. I don't think you want to be too involved with this nastiness yet.
Okay. Alright, well, first off, questions. Who did this to you? Because, I mean, if I'm going to be delivering a message for you, what's not to say they're going to be looking for anything like that going out?
No, I wouldn't send you anywhere near the person who did this. I have some friends who might be able to help. He looks up at, Pricks. I think I found an opening. She's coming to town. Prick's eyes just kind of open wide for a bit, and then she just kind of nods, and, ushers you over to the door, to the outside. You should probably eat something. Come on.
Mother. Okay, fine. Jeez. I won't really fight it, so to speak. I'm just going to just look between the two of them and be like, all right, well, if you need anything, I'll be right out here.
Sai is directly at the door, and she actually kind of puts a stop to it immediately. Why is Bucky bleeding? Oh, honey, he just got a little hurt. It's okay. I'm little, I'm not stupid.
It doesn't look like a little hurt. That looks like a lot of hurt.
If there's dangerous stuff, we should know.
I will point at the small one and raise my eyebrows as if to say...
She walks around you and goes directly to Bucky, plants both of her feet down and puts her hands on her hips and just looks at him.
Uh-oh.
Well?
Oh no. I'm gonna lean over towards Pricks and be like, oh no, he's getting the stare. It's terrifying. Whenever she does, there's no resisting.
It's not fun stuff I'm talking about here, obviously. But she has a point. I guess you should know. I have this thing going on. Sort of vigilante business. The governor isn't exactly nice person. He's trying to find. You can tell he's trying to find the right words to tell a 4-year-old about what's going on without.
Yeah, I'll snap my fingers and be like, that tabaxi person that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay.
He and the Satyr Mafia have been doing some dirty business around. They pass around this drug called the dust. It's bad news. Gets you high, of course, but it also, slowly erodes your memories and your personality. I've been trying to clean it up off these streets. Interrupting, little bits here and there. I even got a connection and a job in over there at Cirque as a musician, so I can kind of keep an eye out for things. They were having a meeting in the back. Aberline and Murphy. They were talking about a shipment that goes out in 2 days, but... Well, floorboard creaked at the wrong time. I think they might have got a glimpse of me on the way out, and I got shot. I'm not sure if this is anything you can even help with, kids, but at least you know now.
Oh, okay. A lot of questions. Uh, I'm just kind of like pondering to myself, and so this drug is called the dust. That
Yeah, nasty stuff.
what's it?
Small blue powder. Don't breathe it in.
I take mental note of the fact that it's apparently blue, and I'm gonna think back to the well and that fog in the forest.
These are good connections to make.
That sounds familiar. I'm gonna cock my head at Bucky and tilt it as if to say, if you know anything else, fill me in.
What else are you looking for, kid?
How do you know how this stuff is being made or where they're storing it? Because
I don't know how it's made. I ain't no scientist. I haven't been able to find one to test stuff out that isn't working for the elves. So, all I know is what it does to people. And it ain't pretty. So if anybody is using that stuff around you kids move away as quick as possible.
I'm gonna look towards Sai for a second and look back towards Bucky. Hey, what do you two remember of the village? And I will try to choose my words as carefully as possible around pricks. But, I want to see if they possibly know about the fog.
Sai is like, well, we were just there, right? It was the village, and it was weird, and there was fog.
Right. But what do you two remember? And again, the question is directed towards Bucky and Quinn.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Bucky and Sai.
No.
It's been about 50 years since I've been there, kid. The longer I stayed out, the fuzzier the memory of it was, but I remember things weren't right. I don't remember why we were there. But I do know it's been a long time.
So, okay. What happens to the people who have too much of this dust?
It's like their spirit leaves their eyes, but the body keeps working. Most of the burnouts end up working as in the mines and in the factories. And of course, those are all run by the council.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. So I guess I'm just going to put two and two together and realize we could have met a terrible fate. Looks like. I'm now. This is. I don't have facts to back this up, but I'm just gonna kind of say, well. Oh crap. Hey Bucky. Do you know what the early signs are like?
Well, at first, it doesn't seem like much is wrong. You get a nice giggle out of it. You hallucinate a little bit. And then things seem fine. But then slowly but surely, small pieces of your life just seem to not exist anymore. You can't remember things like what your favorite color is or the name of your dog. And then it just gets worse from there. You stop remembering things like what music sounds like. And finally you just fade away completely.
Are there any physical giveaways? Do the people look different? Does something change about their pallor, their skin, their eyes?
Most of them usually have some blue around their nostrils and lips. That's where you take it in. The worst cases I've seen, they do tend to have a little discoloration in their eyes.
Oh, boy. Excuse me.
Listen, kid. I know you have a lot of questions, but I need some sleep. If you want to help, there might be a way you can do it in the morning. I promise nothing too dangerous.
Yeah, okay.
I'm helping too.
Yeah, okay. Wait, what?
Sai just kind of peeks up. I'm helping too. She has put on shoes. This is serious business.
Okay, as long as it's not too dangerous, and I'm gonna eyeball Bucky.
I wouldn't send you on anything that would get her in trouble.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, you rest. I'm going to stagger to the bathroom. Does it have a mirror in there?
Yes, there is a mirror above the...
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna stop and look and stare at my reflection in the mirror. Any of those physical descriptions match what I have currently going on?
Well, you don't have the blue residue around your nose or lips because you haven't been sniffing powder. However, you have always had this, or at least you thought you always had this hexochromia, where one eye was just a little bit bluer than the other. The blue does match the color of the blue in the fog.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. I think these guys... Okay. Alright. Cool.
Are you okay? Sai's peeking in. By peeking in, I mean she's leaning over, but she has a hand over her eyes just in case you're peeing.
Sai, hey, come here. I'm gonna attempt to kneel down and like look at her. How's she looking?
You've always remembered that she's had intensely, usually green eyes. Or hang on, let me look at my notes again. Hang on.
I'm pretty sure I gave her green eyes.
Oh. You remember that she has deep chocolate brown eyes.
Okay.
But if you look closely towards the center, right before the pupil, there is small sparks of blue.
Oh, son of a...
You expect it would probably be the same with the others.
I'm gonna just kind of try to put on a brave face and give her a little bit of a hug. Okay.
What's wrong?
Not too much. We're fine.
Okay.
I just have more questions that maybe Bucky has the answers to. And
Okay.
I'm going to look down at her. Have you eaten?
Not yet. Viela's making Travas wait until you get to the table, but
All right.
he's awful hungry, and I think Henny's already taken a bite out of some stuff.
That's fine. Go ahead and join them. I'll be with you in just a minute.
You're not leaving me out of anything, right?
No. If I find out anything that I feel like I need to share with you, I'll let you know, okay?
Okay. And she trundles off to go eat dinner.
Okay. I'm going to...
By this time, Prix has gone downstairs to make something for Bucky.
Okay.
If you were listening in, you probably would have heard a couple of hushed whispers while you were in the other room. Would you like to roll a perception to see if you caught any of what they heard?
Sure.
Or what they said? Oh, you heard everything.
All right, cool. All right,
Cool. So, under hushed voices between Bucky, Quinn, and Rex, it seems like they were talking about having to send out messages to the others and setting up a meeting for tomorrow night.
Okay. With the others, I don't know if that's like supposed to be an important signifier, but were there any other clues that they may have dropped?
They did say that they're going to have you escort some lunches tomorrow, and that the messages would be inside them.
Okay, so at least I know where the messages are, in case I need to check them for something. But
you also heard mention of someone perhaps known as the Unicorn.
Okay, I will scribble that down to my notebook real quick. But as I I head back out into the room, kind of following after Sai for a bit, I'm going to stop. Is Bucky still conscious?
He's lying there with his eyes closed, but with that 57, you know he only just stopped talking.
I'm going to move on over towards the side.
Quinny kind of jumps to the foot of the bed. He's asleep now.
Yeah. Well, whenever he's awake, he comes to understand something, and I'm going to reach into my pocket, and I'm going to pull out his book. I don't know how much he thinks he's going to be able to dance around me on this one. And I'm just going to like lightly just thump it onto his chest.
There's an old man grunt.
Seeing
as that's where the bullet hole was.
And I'm going to choose to act, I'm going to pretend like I didn't notice and say, because it looks like I'm already deeply involved.
He pops an eye open. He's not hiding it anymore. Could never pull a fast one on you. What's wrong, kid?
I'm familiar with the dust, I think.
Why do you think that?
Because I remember what the village was like. And granted, it might have just been a day or two ago, but...
Kid. He sits up. I'm gonna need you to understand something. I don't know much about what was going on in the village, but I'll tell you the two things I figured out. Time passes differently there. And by my estimate, we've been gone for about 200 years. Well, you've been gone for 200 years. I've been gone for maybe 150. This is not our world, kid. And, it's not safe. But I'm gonna try and make it safe for you, alright? You and the others.
Well, it definitely wasn't safe back there. There's dust all over the place. There is this fog that circled the village. Blue.
Buck's gonna kind of lean forward and point out the window. And point toward the exhaust being given off by trains and such. And the crystals. Like that?
He points outside.
He points outside.
Not as bright that I could remember, but... No, just the fact that things felt funny, and I'm going to point towards my eye. I was doing experiments. I was trying to figure out why our little town was the way it was. You said the eyes changed a little bit of color. Well, I just looked at Sai, and she's got little blue sparks in hers. Whatever this dust stuff is, I don't know if it's leaking into that place. I don't know if it's coming from that place. But I'm involved. This potentially could be hurting all of us. I don't know if the source is back in the village. I don't know if they caused it and if it's leaking down there. I don't know if it's going to be leaking to other places. But that was hell back there. I even considered leaving some of those folks behind.
That was the mistake I made, kid. I thought I could go back. You can't go back. Listen. I don't think you can remember, but there was a time when you were my best friend in the world. And I promise you I will not lead you astray in this, but if you want to help, you have to know how dangerous it really is.
If this is going to be a dangerous situation for us regardless, all I can do is help put a stop to it.
All right.
I'm gonna, again, point at the book and be like, by the way, I got that back for you.
He kind of chuckles looking at it. I don't know if my spelling's gotten much better.
I am not sure. From all the evidence that I've seen so far, it has not been. And I'm just going to pat him on the shoulder and be like, get some sleep, bud.
I'll see you in the morning, kiddo.
200 years, okay. I'm just gonna head on outside, and I'm going
Which
to sit down for
means
some
you're not actually children.
Nope.
And it explains why Sai holds herself as far older than she actually is, physically.
So, okay, so...
You take a seat.
Take a seat, and Viela is just immediately like, so what was that all about? Sai told me Bucky got shot?
Would I happen to know what a gun is? I'm assuming it's either that or a hand crossbow, and even then, I'm not sure what kind of weapon did damage.
You would have known about things like guns and stuff existing.
Okay.
However, the wound was way cleaner than gunshots. Like there wasn't exactly powder around.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of describe. Well, no, I shouldn't go into too much graphic detail. But I'm going to like grab my plate and start like fixing some stuff. And
Travas has already just eaten. His belly is distended and full, and he's got his head leaned back, almost taking a nap.
Bro, pass some of the... I'm just gonna look up at her. It seems Bucky has a way of getting himself into trouble, and, yeah, shot is one way of saying it. I'm gonna be running a couple of errands tomorrow, to give you a heads up, okay?
Alright, you just
be careful.
be careful, okay? I'll stay here and look after the younger two. I'm going to help.
She is going to help.
You are far too little to be putting yourself in a situation where people could get shot. You're staying here. Look after the plants. No,
Not my boss.
you're not my boss. I'm going.
Viela, I swear I'm going to keep her away from as many firearms as possible. Or whatever there might be.
You think you can keep her safe?
I think I could do a better job than Bucky's currently doing.
Roll me a persuasion with advantage.
Awesome. So that'll make an advantage too, because well-rounded. 25.
She just deeply sighs. Yeah, I guess I couldn't keep her all wrapped up and safe forever. However, if I see so much as a dent in the frame of her glasses, I will have your ass. She's like pointing a butter knife at you.
I give her like a. Oh, by the way, I'll point at Sai. Tonight, let me take another crack at that and see if I can get them to fit on there straight. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You know, maybe it's not the glasses. Maybe my face is just a little crooked.
You know, I've heard a lot of people have that sort of problem. So, but I mean, that doesn't make you any less cute.
She grins and just kind of like blushes a little and then tucks back into her bread.
Bread. All right. I will have my food. How much time is there left in a day?
Maybe an hour or so until bedtime.
Okay. I'm gonna find Pricks.
She's downstairs in the kitchen.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna head downstairs and I'm gonna like take a look at the ominous oven.
Are you okay? I know that was some heavy stuff back there, but
I'm gonna
it's
point
pretty
at
much the
oven.
norm.
I'm gonna point at the oven. Is this supposed to be doing that?
Oh, it's been on the fritz lately, but don't worry, it only sparks every once in a while. It's crystal powered, like pretty much everything else. I'm guessing there weren't any crystals where you're from.
Nope. So, question.
Yeah?
Worst case scenario, if someone were to, I don't know, say, go bashing at it with a hammer or something like that, would this thing literally explode in our faces?
I don't think so. But if you're worried about these sparks, she runs her hands through them. They're harmless for the most part.
I'm just gonna shake my head and say, regardless, they could be causing some other sort of side effects that you don't know. Do you mind if I take a look at this thing?
Go on.
Alright, I'm gonna pull up my Mega Tool and my Fine Tools and take a look over it. I'm gonna tinker with it and see possibly if I can get perhaps these strange emissions to stop, or if there's like a leak or something like that, if I can fix it.
Why don't you roll me your best fix the thing stat?
Well, that's obviously logic. 18.
There's definitely a sort of couple of leaks here and there with some looser hoses. If you just tighten the nuts a bit, it should be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll spend some time doing that.
She seems to be just kind of watching you rather closely the whole time.
I back up at her and just shrug. Consider this a thank you for all the food and sleep places.
From what I understand, your family.
Oh,
She just kind of boops you on the nose. And we take care of family here.
yeah. Well, thanks for letting me take a stab at this. I wanted to get a little bit more familiar with the technology. I have a job, I think. So I want to get myself a little bit more familiar with what you guys have.
All right. Well, I mean, if you want a quick rundown, I'll tell you about how things are normally powered. She points at the pipes that kind of run along things and the crystals sticking out of the walls here and there. Everything seems to be powered by these crystals. There's a sort of water plant on the outskirts of town that they put the crystals in the water and then they superheat the water with these big fires, and that produces this smoke. And she comes over and points at a small little leaky pipe. This helps heat the buildings and helps us power certain utensils or certain appliances. And then it also connects to the crystals we have sticking out of the walls for light and such.
I'm gonna look down at the leak. I don't think I have anything to patch that particular spot up.
I'm sure it's fine. I've been around it for years.
Side-eye pricks. Look back towards the leak. It's going on the list.
Alright then. You really don't know about crystals?
The crystals are one thing, but and I'll take out my mega tool and kind of give it a light little tap right next to the leak. I don't trust that.
Well, that's made from the crystals. I think they're the source of pretty much every advancement we've ever had.
Listen, crystals are one thing. A gaseous sort of byproduct that could potentially mean something else. I mean, what's to say that we're not breathing this in and suddenly the crystals just reform in our lungs?
Her eyes just kind of go wide with a little bit of horror. God, I hope not.
Yeah, exactly. So, and sorry if this sounds like a distrusting outsider sort of thing, but honestly, it probably would be just a little bit better for the atmosphere if we've got some of this stuff fixed up.
It's just weird. I mean, I know it was like a couple hundred years ago, but there was a whole war fought over the distribution and the rights over these crystals, and you've never heard of them. Not even once? Where are you from?
Far, far away place.
It would have to be. She kind of seems to, like, be warily stopping the conversation about it, but at the same time kind of looking at you like, huh. Like, that's beyond weird and... You know what? Roll me a deception.
I don't know if I'm actively attempting to deceive her.
Okay, if you're not actively
I'm
trying to
just-
deceive her, then...
I'm just kind of stating plain as day just that one sentence. I'm from a different place. I don't know exactly what I have to deceive her for. But I'm pointing at the leak again and be like, even then, it's bugging me. So that's on the list.
So, if you're a handyman, I should probably be compensating you a little bit, huh?
I assumed food and a place to sleep was the payment.
Like I said, that's family stuff. Here. She takes some money out of the register and hands it to you. I'll give you a few coins every week if you keep this up.
Okay, fine. Not too much, though.
She winks. Not too much.
I'll nod. And, I'm not sure what else I could do between now and the inevitable grasp of, sleep, so...
By the time you've made it back, everybody's kind of tucked in, and Sai is in your hammock again.
Dang it. I'll kind of, like, step to the side.
The hammock was over here, right?
Yes.
Travas is in the bed with Bucky.
Okay.
And Viela's over here. She's taking the rug tonight.
I'll, try to very gingerly pick up Sai so that I don't, flatten her.
She's very small and very easy to pick up.
Pop my leg off, slide on over, and head to sleep.
The night rolls by quietly. Can you roll me a perception?
Oh boy. 7?
Sorry, hang on. When you awake in the morning.
Okay, push to talk.
When you awake in the morning, both Bucky and Queenie are gone.
I'm just gonna, like, blearily stare at the other bed and just kind of huff a sigh. Figures. Meh.
Sai wakes up. What's wrong? Why are we waking up?
You can go back to sleep. I'm just gonna start working to get my leg on.
She looks like she might go back to sleep, and then her eyes shoot open, and she's just like, today's the day I get to be productive, and she hops out of the hammock.
Ah! Trying to keep myself balanced here.
Runs to get her shoes on. Okay, so they said I needed shoes and a jacket and a disguise to go out.
Yes, you do. Do you have a disguise?
She goes over to the chest where they've stashed all of the stuff you brought from Stitches.
Okay.
She rummages and rummages and rummages. And when she comes back out, she has tiefling horns on her head.
Oh, well. I think we're going to make quite the pair. I'm just going to reapply my old, my same disguise from yesterday.
Remind me what that was again?
Which was tiefling stuff. It was,
So you're both tieflings. There's there's suddenly a lot of tieflings going around.
Yeah, I'm just going to, like, look down at her. Alright, let's get some breakfast to go. I don't know if we need to do the messages right now. They said lunch, so... we'll see. We'll stop by Pricks, okay?
Okay. And she just goes tumbling down the stairs, just running full blast. She's so excited.
Slow, don't trip. Okay.
Was there anything you wanted to do before the day starts?
Not necessarily. I've already mentioned to the other two that I was going to be heading out to do some stuff, so they should be fine.
Mm-hmm. As you come down the stairs, Pricks does stop you. I have a breakfast delivery run for you, if you don't mind helping out.
Alright.
If you could come to the back real quick, and because there's customers out here. Sorry, I don't have the NPC tokens out, but there are customers filling up already.
Yeah, I'll very easily just step on back and just kind of like look around, see if anyone's vastly interested in what's going on.
She looks at you, and then she produces 3 cards from the folds of her skirts. On the cards is the stamp of a shape of it's like a unicorn head, and the etching of a 3 on each corner. Then she takes a match, lights it, and burns the left corner of each one. Little message to the rest of our team. Dad told me you wanted to help.
Okay, real quick. So these cards, are they in envelopes or...
They're like small, almost like business type cards.
Oh, okay. So there's a unicorn, and that's it on... Where is that at?
The unicorn's in the center.
Okay.
On the right side, there's small little 3s kind of quickly sketched in.
3's on the left. And then burn the right-hand side?
Yes.
Okay. I'll take the card, turn over. I'll look at her kind of like incredulously, like, seriously?
The people you're taking them to will know what it means.
This is very obviously a code.
That's why we're wrapping them in the burritos.
Oh. What's a burrito?
She takes a few flatbreads, fills them with meat and cheese, wraps them up, rolls them into burrito form. I don't know how else to describe that other than rolls them into burrito form. And then before she puts them in the wrappers, she sets the cards on top into 3 separate bags.
Okay.
I need you to take one of these each to... I gotta bring up my notes again. Boop, 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 boop. I really need to organize these better. I rolled up to get one thing, and now I can't find the other thing. Now, you went around to the different stores yesterday, right?
Nod.
I need you to take one of each of these. One to the Hasty Pixie. Give it to Gretza. One to the Steel Cog. Give that one to Rig. And then finally this one goes to Stitch. It's vegetarian. He likes that. Or they like that.
I'm just gonna make sure that I know which one's a vegetarian one, as to not, fuck it up. And then...
The vegetarian one's in a green bag.
I'm just gonna go. Okay. Question.
Yes.
Can I get one more of these? I'm gonna point to Riggs, and then one more of these and point to Stitches for the road.
Oh, absolutely. Are you guys hungry? Sigh nods.
She will eat anything in the morning.
But not stuff that used to be alive. I don't like eating meat. So she makes a vegetarian burrito for Sai, and she puts a little extra meat in the one for you.
Well, definitely wide-eye that one. Just
Growing
protein.
Here you go. And I heard through the grapevine you've got a little bit of a job with Rig.
Yeah, so
I would
see him later.
drop his off last.
I nod and yeah, because I'll be making my stop there. So, all right. Appreciate the food.
Who's Rig?
My new boss. I'll say as I kind of wait for Sai to come.
Ooh, can he be my boss too?
You'll have to talk to him. We'll see.
Okay. Just starts marching for the door.
Yep.
She already has half the burrito eaten.
Yeah. Big mouth. Okay. I will also chomp down on my burrito as we head out into the wintry
Before you
air.
make it all the way, Prick stops you.
Oh.
Whatever you do, if you see Murphy, don't let him have the bag. Okay?
Well, yeah, he didn't order any food.
Alright, get out of here, smartass.
Alright, I will head out into the winter air and,
We will take you over to
Telive. Hooray!
Awesome.
Alrighty.
Where would you like to go first?
Well, let's see. Might as well head for the Misty Cloak since that's the closest place. And as we're walking along, I'm going to chew on my burrito and explain to Sai. It's like, alright, when we get in there, you be nice to Stitch, okay?
Why would I be mean to them?
Well, yeah, but, say thank you for, the clothes that we managed
Oh,
to get.
they gave it to me?
Yeah.
Or that they gave this to us? Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're a cool person, and to be honest, out of many of the people I met yesterday, I think I trust them the most, so...
Even more than your new boss guy?
Well, this person went out most on the limb,
Okay.
so... But that's not to say the other people are terrible, it's just... This person deserves to be treated nicely. Anyways, I will lead her over towards the Misty Cloak.
As you're going along, it's still early in the morning, so there's not a whole lot of people on the street. You make it over there pretty easily.
Is Stitch in the lobby or behind the counter or anything along those lines?
It doesn't seem to be open just yet. Would you like to knock on the door?
Yep, I'm going to just give it a little bit of a knuckle tap.
From behind you, you hear a, young master, back already.
Who dat?
It's Stitch.
Hey,
They have the shop keys in their hand.
I'll give the up nod and like hold up the green bag. Breakfast,
I
like you
do
ordered.
not remember putting in an order.
I'll just
Very gently takes it.
shake
But
my head, and be like, listen, I'm just doing a favor, okay? So,
They seem to be looking down at you, trying to get a read on how much you know. But they take the burrito and unwrap it. They see the card.
I'm like, why are you doing this out in the open?
As you can see, Stitch is pretty brazen and doesn't seem to fear anything. But they just kind of like take it, take a bite out of the burrito, look at the card, look at you, put it in their pocket.
Shrug.
All right. Well, all right then, young master. Was there anything else I could help you with today?
Elegant sigh. Unless a little lady wants anything, I think I'm good.
You're tall.
I told you.
Sai seems to be just absolutely in awe of this person. And, Stitch seems to be a little bit taken aback. And, in, like, a good way. And just looking at the striking young redhead. Your horns are, lopsided, young lady. Give me one moment. And just kind of, like, adjust them so that they're right again. But just like the glasses, it seems they shift off to the side.
I'll give a little bit of a toast with my remaining burrito. Be like, I appreciate it. I wouldn't know, so.
It's all right. She'll grow into them. All right. Well then, I'll bid you on your way. I need to open up the shop.
All right. See you later, Stitch. And I'll take Sai by the hand, and we'll head on over towards the Hasty Pixie.
It seems as time goes on, there are a little bit more and more people filling the streets. By the time you get to the Hasty Pixie, we're back to the bustling and hustling of the city.
Mm-hmm. I'll make sure Sai's still with me as we go along.
Do you hold her hand?
Yes.
Okay. You make it over the Hasty Pixie all right, but there do seem to be a couple of looks your way. Apparently, two tieflings walking around isn't a normal sight.
I will, if anybody has any, like, very incredulous stares, I'll probably give them, like, a little bit of a glare, but I'm not stopping for anybody.
Okay. You make it to the Hasty Pixie.
I am acting out the burnt out, tired, in the morning teenager. So. I'll make it to the Hasty Pixie. Is the door open for business?
The door, they are open for business, and Gretza seems to be setting up some some coffee.
I'll make sure Sai gets in with me. I'll give a polite nod. Hey, breakfast.
Gretza gives out the biggest gasp ever and runs over to Sai. You are the cutest little thing I have ever seen in my life. Look at you! Sai seems to be a little angry at being called cute, but other than that, she seems to be flattered by the attention. I am not cute. I am Sai.
This is Sai. And I'll sit there and like, I'm pretty sure I told Sai to give a fake name, but that's fine. Because I remember the only name I gave to Gretza... Oh, you disconnected.
I did?
Was I gave Gretza a false name, which was Nicholas. And I'll just hold up one of the bags, be like, got breakfast for you, Amber Lamb.
Am I back now?
Yes.
Okay. Breakfast? I didn't... She takes the bag.
I will hold out the bag like, lady, come on.
She takes the bag. She looks around the store. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of people looking at the moment. She opens up the wrapper, sees the card, looks at the burnt end, and then leans down to you and be like, is he okay?
Who?
She leans, she looks back and forth, leans back. Is there anything else I can help you with today, young sir?
Yeah, can I get a couple bottles of pop, please? She really
on the
shuts that
house.
stuff
Seeing as I got a free breakfast, I think I can do the same for you. And she grabs the two good-sized bottles of pop, gives one to each of you, and she just kind of taps the top of each to make them cold.
And I'll probably also get a little bit of snacks so that we have something to munch on while we work, and some very simple stuff. But I'll look over towards Sai if there's anything in particular she wants.
She already has the giantest lollipop in her hands.
That's fine.
Gretza kind of waves it off. On the house today. You two be careful today, okay?
You're too nice. Enjoy the breakfast. I'll just kind of like head for the door. Again, take Sai by the hand and be like, alright, come on.
You make it over to...
That's not what I wanted to pick up.
Ah! Oh no! What?
You make it over to the steel cog, and you're about to go in when you notice somebody through the window.
Yeah?
Governor Aberleam seems to be in the store today.
Okay.
Do you go in?
Is it... Okay, so I can spot him through the window. What is he currently doing?
He seems to be going through some sort of intense discussion with Rig. Rig looks a little on the upset side.
Is there anybody else in there?
No. You could go in. You could lean against the door and listen. Or you could come back another time. Or if you have another idea, I'm all ears.
Okay.
Sai does kind of lean over. Is that?
Mm-hmm.
It's that guy.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna... If I were to lean in and like try to listen, is there a good chance that somebody will notice me? Or could I say like lean against the door? Or like outside the door and just kind of act like I'm just chilling? Or
He's shouting pretty loudly.
Okay.
If you just get close to the door and maybe lean, maybe pretend like you're taking a break and eating your snacks, you could probably hear what's going
Okay,
on.
cool. I'm just gonna act like, okay, well, there's an argument going on. I don't want to interrupt that, so I'm just gonna, like, lean, and, yeah, I'll take a listen.
You roll me a perception to see how much you hear.
7.
You can't really make out words, but it is definitely very aggressive. And it seems like Rig is starting to shout back just little by little.
Okay, well... Murphy's already seen me in this getup, so... I don't think it's gonna hurt too much. I could go in.
If that's what you want to do.
I'm gonna look at Sai, and I'm gonna say... Let me do the talking. Let me see if I can get the adults to stop having a tantrum.
I mean, I could try something.
What have you got?
She immediately runs and busts through the door.
I'm just gonna sniff, follow after.
She runs up behind Governor Aveline and tugs on his coattails. Mister! Is it true you're the governor? Aveline, suddenly aware of one of his constituents, pulls himself together, straightens out his shoulders. You are correct, young miss. I am the governor. Heard good things, I'm sure. Oh, yeah. I heard that you're, like, in charge of a lot of stuff, and I was wondering if, like, you had any advice for somebody who maybe wants to be in charge of a lot of stuff, too, when they're bigger. She seems to be tugging him away from Rig.
I'll wordlessly, like, cross over towards the counter, just, like, kind of up nod at Rig, be like, yeah, so, this is happening.
Rig is just kind of looking agape at the tiny redhead tiefling that just kind of came in with a whirlwind. She seems to be humoring Aveline for a little while as they talk in the corner, and as he seems to eventually just kind of get bored of the little one and look over at Rig. With parting words, he says, that contract is final. And he walks out the door.
Nice fella. Just sigh, shake my head, and, like, wave Sai over.
Rig just sighs and slams down his hammer. Not, like, angrily, but just, like... That's the man who owns me contract.
How's the, retirement going, then?
You've raised the price. At this rate, I'll never get out from under him.
I'll stop and I'll turn towards him. Correct me if I'm wrong, but usually contracts stay one way when they're signed.
Aye, but if you're the one who owns the contract, you can change it at any time. I have to buy me own contract. He's the one in charge with how much it costs.
So, he sniffs that you're about to be able to buy yourself out, and then just raises the price because... reasons.
Something got up his goat yesterday. I'm normally his punching bag. What's that you got there, boyo?
Oh, breakfast. Sorry. And I'll hold his food out to him.
From the Amber Lamb.
Nod.
He suspiciously picks it up.
As I hand it over towards him, I'm going to be like, question, is there any other, like, eatery around this place?
Not any worth spit.
Well, plenty of other people are asking incredulously why I suddenly have breakfast for them.
He unwraps the burrito, notices the card, notices the burn mark. Well, that explains a lot. How much you know, boy?
I'll just raise my hands and be like, I'll just kind of like look at him and say, I mean, I know as much as I know. I'll figure things out as I go along. Anyways, I'm here to help you out today.
We have some orders we have to finish. What's the girl doing here? I'm here to help too. You did help quite a bit, lass. Do you know how to tinker? No.
I mean, we can start you off easy.
Can you pick up a broom? Yes. Get that corner over there, it's dusty.
I was gonna...
Okay.
As she, like, goes to get the broom, I was gonna be like... I mean, it probably beats my idea of teaching her about the different tools. She'd probably, like, strangle me after a time, so...
With those tiny hands?
She's surprisingly strong.
You know... Does she have a bit of dwarf in her? Just me ma had red hair like that.
I'll look back over towards her. Look back at Rig. She's young. I just assume she's short.
Did you see her speech pattern? I don't know any little ones that small that talk like that.
That's just sigh. Narrow eyes. What are you getting at here?
Nothing. I don't know. She seems like she's got a little bit of dwarf in her. That's all. I understand if she wouldn't want to claim that right now. Wouldn't want anybody snatching her up. I just saw a bit of family resemblance is all. It's probably nothing.
Well, if anybody asks, she's with me.
Sister. He's asking, like, is that the story you're going with?
Yeah, I just realized, I was like, something like that.
All right.
We look out for each other.
Well, let me show you how the register works.
All right.
All right. And was there anything else you wanted to do before you get to training, or anything else you wanted to ask about?
I want to get to the fucking training. I figure I'll do work for him first, and then like if I have like side projects or questions, I'll ask him afterwards.
Okay. Roll me your logic to see how much you pick up on during the day.
Woo! 13. Hooray!
After about an hour or so, it seems like you definitely figured out the register.
Okay.
And how the prices and everything work.
Okay.
You feel pretty confident in being able to run the front, at least.
Alright, cool. So he can work on stuff while, if anybody comes in to buy stuff, I can be like, yeah, I can help you. Okay, cool. That's one less things that he needs to worry about.
Right about lunchtime, he tells you to go on a break. And reminds you that he's got some scrap in the back if you wanted to fiddle with it.
Yes. So I'm gonna let Sai know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go in the back and fiddle. And before I do go, I'm gonna stop and look at him. Question.
Aye?
Any of the scrap, like, and I'm gonna point towards one of the robotic figures.
Aye. If you look way back in the corner, there's a bunch of older models. So old. They're a bit green from all the brass. Going a bit rusted.
Well, it's a good thing I'm a little familiar with the old stuff.
I? Question mark?
Long story. And I'll grab my snacks that I got from the Pixie, and I'll head into the back. And I'm going to take one of those chassis and give it a good old look over and see what I can do with it.
You don't really see, like, one complete one. It's more like there's a torso over here, there's a head over there. It would definitely take you a little while to dig things out. But roll me a logic to kind of put together at least a shell.
Okay. At the very least, I need a head. I want a
head?
head
Okay.
so that I can get something in there and say it can express itself and like be able to communicate.
Okay.
If I don't get the entire shell, I'm not too worried, but I'm going to work on this. Would I be able to say use my artisan perk in order to maybe get a little bit of advantage to that?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll me your best. I'm gonna make a thing, and to find and put together at least the head.
Okay. So, would that be a logic?
I'd say a logic.
Okay. And... Fuck! 43!
You seem to find a head that is eerily similar to Marmy's. Could have been the same model.
Okay. I'm gonna...
And with a 43, I'd say the crystal insert is in pretty good condition, even though the face is cracked.
Okay. I'm basically gonna start, like, scavenging different parts from different ones and see if, like, I can get a more... better pieces together. Like, could I possibly replace the cracked faceplate, or...
Roll me a perception to see if you can find that.
Okay, not a problem. 9!
This seems to be the best piece of glass in the junkyard.
Well, work with what we got. I'll just give this an upgrade later. And I will make sure the head looks to be in a decent enough shape. And I am going to grab Marmy. And I'm going to insert. What?
I'm sorry. You said that so delicately. She seems to spark and spark, where there seems to be a question mark that pops a couple of times before fading away. It seems like you might need a power source.
Ah, crap. Hey, Rig?
I
need what powers these things?
crystals, my boy.
Oh, okay. Do you have any spare ones?
Sure. Give me a moment, eh?
I'm gonna fucking have the head with me. I'm just gonna, like, walk along with it.
You bring
I
it
need
back up to
juice!
the front.
Not, like, I'll poke my head around, like, towards the front and see where Rig is, and... Or, like, I'll also start trying to see if I can...
As you turn around to the front, it looks like Sai is showing someone around the store, pointing out things and explaining them. Although she doesn't quite have a grasp on what they were, she just tells them what she thinks they work as.
I'm on break.
She still has that giant lollipop as she does this. But
Who's she
Rig
showing
is...
around, by the way?
She is showing around... Seems like... Let me roll something.
Okay. Like, how much of a stranger danger sense am I getting?
Like, none. This is
Okay.
a rather demure-looking dark elf lady
Okay.
who just seems absolutely bemused by her.
Don't mind me as I look up the definition for demure.
Demure? Demure
okay.
is like just kind of like calm, ladylike, almost like a princessy feel. Like she's just kind of like going along and
Okay.
nodding.
She must be entertaining.
Yes.
All right, so I'll just see if either I can spot some crystals or if Rig will come back with them.
Rig does have a crystal charging station right along the side. Would you like me to show you how to use this? You're probably going to have to use it eventually.
Yeah, please.
Let's see. Trying to power up this old head, eh?
Yeah, like I said, a personal project.
Right. Did you have a personality crystal?
I'll kind of like give him a look and then turn the head so he can see that I've already got one in there.
Aye, that should have charged it.
What, by itself?
Usually.
Crap.
May I see it?
Yeah, and I will detach and gently hand it over to him. But I'm going to do so with the air of, like, do not break this.
Rig kind of makes eye contact with you. Nods. She's an important one, eh?
Very, very important, yeah.
Don't worry. I've charged many crystals, and hers doesn't seem too bad off.
One nuclear explosion later.
He brings you over to this little contraption. It's a crystal that's sort of set in the middle of these two other crystals.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a sort of hand crank on the side. The rig kind of takes the hand crank and just starts turning it and turning it and turning it until suddenly slowly sparks start shooting from crystal to crystal to crystal. As this happens, he gestures for you to take Marmy's crystal and very gently put it in between where the sparking is happening.
Okay. I'm gonna look at him. Is this like a hazardous thing if this were just to be going forever?
I imagine anything is hazardous if it goes on forever. But for right now, this should be fine.
Like, this isn't gonna start a fire or anything, is it?
Ha! No, I don't think so.
It's just that the hand crank thing seems a little bit dead. A little way too manual.
Do you have a better idea on how to accomplish this?
I'll figure things out later.
Do you put the crystal in?
Yeah.
There's a couple of sparks, and then suddenly the crystal is glowing so bright it actually lights up the shop. Ugh. They don't normally do that. Let me see that crystal again.
Okay, I will let him check it out.
He takes an eyepiece out of his pocket and takes a closer look. Let's go to the back.
Okay, I'll just follow. I'm just like, alright, dude.
He leans in very close. Where did you find this?
This was my school teacher.
I have not seen a crystal this pure in hundreds of years.
Wow, you look great for your age. First, sorry.
I haven't seen a crystal this pure since the war.
Then consider me lucky to have it.
Do you know why these are so important to dwarfs?
To be fair, I'm not entirely sure.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Alright, I'll shake my head. Like I said, I'm from way out of town. I apologize if I offend you in any way. I'm sorry if I make you feel...
I'm not offended, boy. I'm just... He sighs and gives the crystal back to you. Keep this safe.
You have no idea.
You have no idea how rare they are. Okay.
And...
It should work.
It should work now. You can go ahead and get your old school marm working again.
Yeah, and I'll just go ahead and reinsert Marmy and see what kind of reaction we get this time.
Her face lights up. And there's suddenly just scrolls of different texts.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like she can talk yet, but there's like question marks and seems like she's calling out to you, but it's only in text form because she doesn't have a vocal box.
Okay, so if that's the case, then I'm going to say, hey, Marmy, if you can hear me, I can read you? Are you okay?
You see the words, Aenixi? Aenixi.
I'll nod. Yeah, crap. Yeah, it's me.
Where are we?
Well, we're in the Steel Cog in Tel Aviv.
Just strings of question marks.
I'll say we're out of the village. We're out of that place.
Her face goes blank for like a good moment. And then comes back with, Erwis came back?
Hold on. This is in my notes somewhere. A Weiss of the Old Stones.
Followed by, my father came back, Brick?
Ooh! Okay.
Did they come and get you?
I'm gonna shake my head a bit. Okay, hold on. Those are only names that I've heard of, like, once before.
You don't remember them? Like, the questions are coming more erratically and quickly.
Marmy, I'll kind of give, like, an apologetic look towards Rig. I'm assuming he's looking over my shoulder.
Rig has eyes the size of saucers upon the mention of Awis and Brick.
I'll just look at him and go, like I said, long story. I need to hear it too.
Kid, you need to go home now. You've done good work today, but
okay.
Those names should not be said out loud. Not here.
Well, all right then. Can I fit Marmy's head in my bag?
Yes, you can.
Would there happen to be any other heads that would be compatible as well?
You'd have to go in the back and look again. But from what you're seeing, maybe just one is good for now.
Yeah, I'm gonna like tap it and I'm gonna look towards Rig. I have 2 more. And I know this sounds strange, but I need them. I owe them a lot, okay?
Let me look at your face again, boy.
I'll kind of like cock my eyebrows a bit and like look down at him like, okay.
He looks at you. He looks again at Sai.
What?
You don't know who you are, do you?
I'll look back. Is there anybody else in the shop other than
The
priest?
dwarven lady has left.
Okay.
Sai is sweeping with a broom.
I'll stop and I'll look up. Is now a good time to be saying this?
He seems to snap back into his own reality. You're right. He takes the card out of the card that you gave to him earlier out of his pocket. This is a secret meeting that we're having.
Where's it taking place?
You tell Prix I told you that you're needing to come. Alright?
Okay.
And he's kind of turned away. Looks like there's a small safe spot you can talk in.
Alright.
But I dare not say more here.
Yeah.
You keep that little one safe as well.
Yeah.
How many more are there of you?
Oh, crap. I'm gonna, look at him. There are 2 others that came with me, not including the chickens.
The chickens raises an eyebrow, but continue.
I will repeat, long story. And I'll say, and there were 2 others that came back before us.
Aye, there was. Go home. You've done good work today.
Alright. I'm gonna give him a nod, and I'm gonna head towards the front. Hey, Sai!
Yeah?
It's about good old time to hit the dusty trail.
Okay. Thank you for letting me work. I'll take my pay now.
I'll stop and stare at her.
Rig has just a big old laugh. You both worked good, and he takes a few coins out of his bag and hands them to each of you.
What can I say? She's got the entrepreneurial spirit. And I will, I'll lean down, take her by the hand, and we will head back to the Amber Lamb.
Alrighty. So what are your thoughts right now? Because we could take a quick break before we move on.
Let's take a break, because boy howdy! Conspiracies!
I told you. You weren't supposed to bring the robots. The robots have secrets, and you literally just fixed one back up to full power. So, you might get some info
Oops!
you weren't supposed to have yet, but it's fine, because this is the game.
Oh boy, and our neighbors are being... Oh boy. But yeah, alright, we'll pick back up here in just a little bit. I do need to use the restroom, so...
Yep, me too. That's why I was like, let's take a break.
We are back to recording.
Woo!
Roll.
I do have a little bit more left. So you return back to the Amber Lamb. It is late afternoon by the time you make it back. You see Prix and Viella. You bring her down there, both running around and serving customers. How do you say hello?
Hey, Brix, you need help in the kitchen?
No, I've got it handled, thanks. How was your day?
Alright, well, I'm gonna go tinker on the oven.
Alright.
I'm just gonna, brush past her and very obviously make my way towards the kitchen. I'm gonna let Sai off the hook now that we're in here.
She's still following you because she wants to talk to Marmee.
Oh, did she see?
She saw the light,
I'm
and she's gonna kind of peer in the bag. Did you fix her?
Shh. I'm gonna look at her. Okay, Sai, I need you to understand something here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We can't let anybody know that we have Marmee. Apparently, it might be, I don't know, super dangerous.
I can hear her.
You can't. Oh. Right.
She's talking a lot.
Yeah, sorry, Marm. I'm a little bit busy. Sai, how about you can keep her, company for now, if you want. Okay, listen. I'm gonna look at her. There's apparently something that the more grown-up people are trying to do tonight about a meeting. I'm gonna be going there.
I'm going too.
Sai, I'm gonna be honest with you. Hopefully, and I am crossing my fingers here, hopefully everything works out and nothing terrible happens. I have a bunch of questions that I need to ask, and then hopefully someone can give me a straight answer.
Okay, I'm going.
Oh, However, the worst case scenario is that a bunch of people bust up the meeting and start shooting everybody. You saw how Bucky was yesterday, right?
Sai looks at you, looks at the table, grabs a really big knife.
Oh, okay. I mean that would fit you maybe better than the rake, but I just want you to know that I need you to be safe, okay?
Okay. I'm small. I can stay out of sight.
Are you a druid or a rogue? I'll just...
She's 4. Who knows? Listen, I know... She sighs. I know I'm not actually as little as I am.
Yeah, I kind of figured that out myself. I look back up at her. Do you have any idea how old we are?
No.
Apparently we're over 200 years old. Don't tell anybody that.
Oh my. If we had a birthday cake, it would be on fire.
Yeah. I'll just kind of like laugh at her and don't. A lot of these things need to stay secret, okay?
She nods. Can I take my horns off now? They're itchy.
While you're down here, keep them on.
Okay.
If you're going to be upstairs or downstairs, then you can take them off, okay?
Okay. Can I take Marmee upstairs?
I want you to keep this as close to you as possible.
She nods.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe. And I will present and award her the bag, and I will pull her in for a good hug.
She hugs back. And the weight of the head nearly bowls her over, but she picks it up.
Yeah, you are the bravest, possibly 204-year-old I have ever met.
You too.
I am probably older than that, I think. I honestly don't know.
She shrugs. Still pretty brave, though.
Alright. I'll catch up with you in a bit, okay?
Okay. She just kind of runs upstairs. You are back in the kitchen. What
Yep.
do?
I am waiting for Pricks to get in here.
Were you motioning for her to follow you.
I made it pretty obvious that I'm going to be in the kitchen doing
Yeah.
stuff. Whenever you get back in here, I'm basically going to give her the third treatment. I'm gonna.
Cool.
I'm,
Okay.
or I don't know what the third treatment is, but I'm gonna like
Oh,
maybe
no.
lightly
You skipped
over.
past the first and second, went straight to the third treatment. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I got questions and I need answers. This gumshoe's firing on all cylinders, man.
So Prix takes an empty tray, follows to the back, and starts loading it. Did you make the deliveries all right?
Yeah, nope. The deliveries went a-okay. No, nobody really had anything else to ask other than why am I getting breakfast? So that was, fun.
All right. Well, good job.
I'm gonna just kind of like lean against the counter and watch and make sure that Viela's not coming back anytime soon, or anybody's like looking. Or
She
listening.
is busy pouring tea for a bunch of looks like slightly inebriated patrons. She looks like she's gonna have her hands full for a little bit.
I'm gonna just casually lean over. I'm coming to the meeting tonight.
I don't think that was part of the plan.
I'll look at her. Plans change. Also, you got a notification. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But, I'll look at her. I'm being specially invited by Rig.
Rig? Huh.
Brix, I'm not gonna blame you for anything that might be going on, but I have questions that I need answers to.
Why did Rig invite you?
It's a long story from a far, far away place. And I'm hoping that I've said that enough to intrigue her to be like, oh, okay, yeah.
She's just kind of like, every time you've brought that up, she's looked at you weird. And now she's just looking at you extra hard, just like...
You have questions,
I do.
and I'm sure I have very similar questions. So suffice it to say, maybe we both get answers tonight. But, and I'm gonna point towards the stairs. I'm gonna point towards Viela. I have people who might possibly be in grave danger, and I need to find out exactly what's going on and how best to protect them.
That I can definitely understand. Alright. You should have been coming to the meeting from the first place anyway, but you know Dad.
What the hell? I'll just like hold my hands up like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, Bucky's starting to piss me off a little bit, maybe.
He's just trying to protect you. I think. That's usually what he says to me when he doesn't tell me stuff.
Well, the son of a bitch decided to age up real fucking fast, let me tell you.
What do you mean?
Again, see the previous long story.
Alright. Well,
Now's not the time to be asking this sort of stuff.
the meeting is tonight, but it'll be very late tonight. So, if you want to get some rest, now's the time.
Is it safe to travel together?
I'll be taking you.
Okay. By motorcycle, apparently. Alright, I'll give her a nod, and I will look around. Do you need any help with anything? Would I have picked up some scrap in order to fix that fucking leak?
We'll say you picked it up.
Alright. I'm gonna go and work on that and just be like, and this fucking thing is still going, for God's sakes.
I'm not going to edit the map yet,
No worries.
but go ahead and roll me to see if you're able to fix it with the little bit of scrap you have.
Alright. Bam, 27.
That is one fixed fucking leak. You double layered that shit.
I'm gonna look at her. There you go. Now you're not gonna wake up tomorrow, forgetting your name or anything like that.
What, you think that has to do with the dust?
Again, see the previous long story. Just, oh god, no! Get out of there! Fucking edit token thing popped up.
Oh no!
And I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna politely ask if there's any dinner or anything I can take up for the rest of them or whatever.
She motions for a plate,
Okay.
a tray that's just full of tamales and enchiladas and just good food.
I'm gonna poke my head upstairs and let them know that we have lunch and or whatever.
This would be close to dinner time by now.
And I'm gonna take my food. I'm gonna head downstairs if that's possible.
Oh, to the basement.
Yes.
Sure. So you're taking your food and going downstairs and sending the rest up? I'm guessing via Viella?
It's either that or I can either take them the food myself and distribute fairly, or but I was also going to offer them the hey, I'm heading down to our secret basement if you want to come with. Just keep quiet, okay?
Sai wants to come with.
Mm-hmm.
She leans in and she whispers in your ear, Marmy wants to talk to you.
I will nod and be like, cool, we can talk downstairs.
Alright, so let's just bring you to the basement. Can't wait to see why you want to be down here.
As I, well...
Red at Pricks, because she's not here right now.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to, work and eat at the same time and, maybe start patching up the holes a bit. And, as I'm working also fix the leaks! The leaks! Ah!
Giant sigh, hang on.
Giant possible dwarf! An oxymoron! Ah! I'm gonna grab tamale stuff in mouth, work on some of the pipes as Sai is holding Marmy. Hey, Marm.
Marmy says hello.
So, first things first, I want to apologize. I know you said something about maybe the design of everything, but, I couldn't leave you behind. Sorry.
You were supposed to, but I am glad that I am still with you. This strange voice seems to be coming out of Sai.
Oh, okay. I'll just kind of smile a bit.
Sai's eyes seem to be clouded over.
That's new. Is Sai okay?
She's fine. She's, just like her mother, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm glad you got out. But where are we now?
We are currently in a restaurant called the Amber Lamb. We are in a basement where hopefully no one can see us, and I'm just going to do a quick double back and look around and make sure there's no spy cameras.
No, there's nothing of that sort.
We're in a town called Tel Aviv, and from what I can understand, and I'm going to look at Marmy, it's apparently been 200 or so years.
Too long. Way too long. You said Brick and Eris. They did not come back?
I'm gonna gesture towards one of the rooms. I found some papers that were burned that had their names on them. I'm gonna look towards Sai and look back at Marmy. I don't know who those people are.
We lost the war.
If the elves are in charge, then that's my guess that there was a loss, yeah.
I cannot access everything.
That's fine. If there's anything you feel like I should know, that'd be amazing. But,
I can tell you who... I can... It seems like she keeps trying to reach something, and there's a blocker.
I'll pat the head. It's okay. We'll figure things out together.
I can tell you who they were. They were the royal advisors.
Brick and Awis.
The dwarven wizard Ewis of the Old Stones. And Brick, the artificer.
Huh. And I'm just going to look towards her. And who are they to us?
Your protectors. And this one's. This sweet girl. Those are her parents.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna stop for a second.
There is a little tear forming at Sai's eyes. Sai starts shaking her head.
I'm gonna reach up and place a hand on the side of her face and wipe away the tear.
As she stops shaking her head and looks up, her eyes are clear again. Mommy wants to sleep now.
Okay. I have questions about the recharging process, but that can wait till later. Are you okay?
She nods, but she looks kind of sad. I remember and I don't remember at the same time.
Did you hear about the dust?
Yeah, I was listening.
I think that was the fog. It might be, and I'll tap the leak that I'm currently working on. It could be related. I don't know.
I don't like this city.
Yeah, no. So far, the city sucks.
I didn't like the village either, though.
Yeah. I'm glad I got you out of there. I'm glad I got everyone out of there.
She nods. Then she takes a gigantic bite out of a tamale. She forgot to take the corn wrapper off.
That's yeah, I tried doing that. You might want to take the.
It's so chewy.
Yeah, that's. I don't think you're supposed to eat that part. Here, and I'll show her how tamales work, as far as I figured it out. And but I'm going to eat and tinker and try to patch up this place as much as possible. And if there's anything Sai wants to talk about.
She just seems to be quiet and enjoying the company. Was there anything you wanted to ask her or talk to her about?
Well, there was more along the lines of I wanted to ask Marmy some more stuff, but since she's asleep... Shit.
It seems she did get a really good charge earlier, but if she's going to continue doing that, like, do you want to take a look at the back of the head at the crystal?
Yes. Just to make sure that she's in good repair.
Everything seems fine, but she's nowhere near as bright as she was earlier. It looks like she expended a lot of energy, and you might have to keep recharging her.
I'm going to have to figure out a more suitable Possibly self-recharging sort of situation.
Mm.
Okay, that will be upgrade project. For now, at least I have Marvy in a state where I can get her to act. I'm gonna see if I can get... I'm just gonna note down here that I should look into new shells for the other two, a charging station of our own so we can make sure that they're okay. And then from there work on a ways so that we don't have to hand crank them all the time. But that's all projects for down the road.
Would you say you're starting to finish up downstairs?
Yeah.
Are we going to build a home down here?
We're going to build a hideout down here.
She looks a little excited at the at calling it a hideout.
So while we're down here, we should be safe. But and I'm going to point like towards very obvious holes. But for now, watch your step, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna build a secret escape hatch. We're gonna do a lot of things down here, but don't tell anybody else aside from Viella or Travas about this place, okay?
Okay.
Prix already knows. I think Bucky does too. But again, some things need to stay secret.
Okay.
All right.
I'm little. I'm not dumb.
Well, sorry. Just I'm just paranoid.
She gets up on her tiptoes and pats you on the shoulder. It'll be all right.
How are you reaching up here?
Like I said, she gets up on her tippy toes.
I'll scoop her up and I'll bring her with me and I'll head upstairs to see how everything's going. I will let her piggyback as we head upstairs.
It seems like everything's winding down. Travas and Viella are upstairs trying to get the chickens to settle down for the night. Prix is kind of wrapping things up. Closing up for the night.
I'm going to set side down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to head upstairs and communicate with Viella and Travas that we're stepping out.
Okay.
Hey, so...
Hey, what's with you today?
Let's just say I keep running into way more questions than I could have possibly thought possible.
She kind of looks at you confused. What's going on?
Do you guys think the village was a strange place by any chance?
Travas, just kind of like, well, I mean, we fell down a well and ended up here. This place looks pretty strange to me.
Well, the village may have been a little bit of a dangerous situation if we hadn't gotten out of there. So...
Uh-huh. Well, then I'm glad you got us out of there.
Yeah, not only
He grins.
Not only that, but apparently there's some stuff going on that might be related to a war that may have happened 200 years ago.
200 years? What would that have to do with us if it was 200 years ago?
Apparently a lot more than I could have figured. Listen. I don't know all the facts yet, but I'm gonna go ask some questions. If anything were to happen, there's a few people I think you might be able to trust. Let them know that you're with me, and they, in case they're not in a bad position, they might be able to help you out. And I'm gonna rattle off Stitch, Rig, and Gretza.
Viola's nodding, but she's looking at you like, are you in trouble?
No.
Do you need help?
I want to say at present, no.
Okay.
But this is also with the caveat, as far as I know.
Well, I don't like that.
Yeah, like I said, this war 200 years ago might have a lot more to do with us than we think.
Alright, well that's weird.
I'm gonna go ask questions so that we can be as safe as we can be, okay?
Alright.
I want you to stay as low-key as possible.
Okay.
If anyone approaches that you think might be asking some funny questions, or someone approaches this place that you don't recognize, you two head down to the basement, alright?
It's a restaurant. You know how many people I don't recognize come through those doors during the day?
Do you know how many people should realize that we should be closed for business at the moment?
Oh, you mean tonight?
Yes.
Wait, where are you going tonight?
Like I said, to ask questions.
Where's Sai?
She'll be fine.
She's got that old look in her eye.
I will look at her. Suffice it to say, she can actually handle herself pretty well.
Really?
Listen, just trust me on this. If I can get some decent answers out of what's going on, I'm gonna let you guys know as much as I can, okay?
Alright, just don't get hurt.
You as well. Stay safe, stay away from strangers.
Do you want a chicken for good luck?
No, I want you to keep the chickens for yourselves for good luck.
Alright, but I do have two.
I'm gonna look at him like, you raise a good point, but I think the chicken might attract some attention.
Oh, so it's like a stealthy mission?
Yeah. It's like a
You
stealth.
sure you don't want me to come with you?
I'm gonna look between the two of them. We might need to keep the numbers a little bit low for this, and if anything were to happen to us two, at least half the group isn't caught up in this.
You can stay and help protect me. How's that?
What she said.
Yeah, alright. I can do that.
Whatever you do, if anything were to happen, grab a big blunt instrument and just smack whoever the fuck is coming after you, okay?
He flips Henny upside down, and you see Henny's sharp talons.
That works.
Usually I'll just throw the chicken at him.
Go for the eyes, yeah.
Nods vigorously.
I'm gonna smile at him, but I'm dead serious about this. There might be a little bit more danger than we're anticipating. Until we can figure out for the better, both of you stay safe.
Okay. Will you be back before morning?
I will certainly endeavor to.
Okay. Hey, just please be careful.
I'll nod.
I'm working on trusting people. You.
I will tap my chin and say, don't mention this to anyone, but if you happen to see something related to the unicorn,
Unicorn.
they might
Unicorn.
be trustworthy.
Hang on.
Oh.
She runs to the chest and just starts throwing its contents out. I saw something. I saw something earlier. At the very bottom of the chest. If you would want to come over and take a look.
Yeah, I'll head on over. At the same time, I'll mentally note I'm not picking this up.
In the very bottom of the chest is the same mark of the unicorn that was on the note cards earlier.
Yeah.
Saw this earlier and I thought it was weird. Roll me a perception on the trunk.
Okay. With advantage. 17.
This should be deeper.
I'm gonna reach in, thump, thump. Try to look for, like, it looks like maybe there's a hidden compartment.
After a few tries, the false bottom sort of lifts up.
What's in the box?
It seems like it's a crossbow, a flute, and some strange robes and costuming that are all sort of dark.
Huh. I'm gonna look towards her. There's a crossbow.
She picks it up.
Do you know how to use those?
She points it at one of the unoccupied walls, loads a crossbow bolt, pulls the trigger. It sticks in the wall. Apparently I do. I didn't know I could do that.
I'm gonna have to fix that hole. Okay.
As you guys are doing this, you hear pricks coming back up the stairs.
Hide it! I'm gonna...
Roll me an agility to help throw everything back, and I'll do the same, and we'll do it as a combined effort.
Alright, 20! Oh, man.
18!
Alright.
You guys just barely get it in. Just as Prix makes it up the stairs, Viella is just able to yank the crossbow bolt out of the wall and hide it behind her while she stands in front of where the hole is.
Yep, same. We're just leaning. We're just two cool kids just leaning against the wall like, what's up?
Prix just kind of, like, looks over.
So,
It's just about time.
Mm-hmm. So, I'll be back later.
Uh-huh.
Y'all have a good night. Stay safe. Eat dinner. I'll be back. And I will, accompany Prix.
Okay.
So it looks like you guys are going to be leaving. What we're going to do is we're going to fast forward a little bit because the meeting isn't until like 3 a.m. So we'll just assume that you guys did some planning downstairs before you left.
Yeah.
Little Sai has taken a quick nap.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Yeah. And we'll go over to the meeting place.
Alright. Alright.
So as you guys walk along, you kind of recognize where the path is.
Okay.
Seems like the meeting place is definitely in the same direction as Bucky's sewer.
Lovely. Alright.
Do you have any questions for Prix as you guys are just kind of like shadow diving your way over?
I am keeping an eye out to see if anyone might be following.
Roll me a perception.
Okay. Alright. 11.
Nothing seems out of the ordinary, though what is ordinary around here is still something you're getting used to.
I'll have my, as much of a possible disguise on, and just following after her. So,
She's actually changed into darker sort of pants and shirts, sort of all black clothing.
okay.
She's leading you. Seems like you're almost to the entrance. What were you gonna say?
So, you guys usually meet up in this similar spot, huh?
It's the easiest place to find him. That, burnt corner means something went wrong.
Good to know. I'll try to reserve most of my questions until I feel like we're out of any potential earshots.
You're definitely in a very empty alleyway that leads to the sewer entrance.
Okay. I guess we'll get there, and I'll make sure Sai's okay.
Sai's doing good. She's still a little sleepy, but she's keeping up perfectly fine. She has also kind of put on some darker clothes. Basically just a really big black jacket.
Yeah, I guess I would have put on like a skulking outfit.
Three little ninja outfits.
Yeah, I will actually have pants on for once, and like
Full-on pants.
Yeah, full-on pants, like actually cover up the other leg, and
You still have your goggles on?
Mm-hmm. I'll
Okay.
I'll have to slip those down as well.
All right. As you guys get close to the entrance, you start hearing voices. They seem to be coming from inside the sewer.
Are they familiar?
There seems to be they're familiar. You definitely recognize Riggs and Bucky, who seem to be having a heated conversation.
Yeah, I'll lead the charge with Sai.
Do you head down first or Sai?
I was gonna say I'll head down first, just to kind of make sure they're aware. Yes, there's somebody else here, and just be like, "Sup, fuckers."
As you come down the ladder, you hear Riggs going, "They deserve to know."
Yeah, we just might.
Bucky kind of looks over. I wanted to avoid the pain of this. It's not like we can do anything about it now.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to deal with the pain of a Band-Aid if you don't even know it's there. So, what? 200, 250 years, give or take? I'm sure there's bound to be some things you still even have questions for, as in, like, oh, I don't know, what the fuck happened before?
It just seems to take a long, deep old man sigh.
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys were having a discussion about something else going on. So, please, I'll let you, adults have a conversation.
Nexi, look, you've always been very capable. It's not something easy to talk about, and the more you know, the more danger you might be in.
Bucky, I don't blame you for anything. It was not exactly a great time to let me know certain things, I guess. But honestly, I'd rather know how much danger I'm in regardless. Because apparently, there might be a good reason for me to have to skulk around like this. Imagine if I hadn't asked these questions. Imagine if I was just wandering around topside, letting people know, "Hi, how you doing?" And I might not even know I'm just a gigantic bomb waiting to go off. So, I'd like to know, perchance, how screwed I am.
Your name is Lord Aenixi Faust, son of the Duke and Duchess of Alterglass.
I'm laughing to myself over here. Son of Duke and Duchess. Okay.
Sister to Lady Quinn Faust.
Or,
Sorry, brother to Lady Quinn Faust.
I'm gonna just kind of shrug. Okay. Go on.
He's just sighing. It's a lot. It's a lot to say. Because you hit the here's the truth button.
I'm just gonna like wave my hand like, and I have amnesia, so a lot of these things don't really mean much to me at this moment. I'm gonna need some context.
It seems like Bucky is just a little bit just it's hard for him to talk, so Rig actually kind of pats him on the shoulder. Long time ago, I helped serve with your family. Your mother was very kind to me. The war wasn't going good. I'm doing the wrong voice. It's fine. Rig doesn't sound like that. Sorry. The war wasn't going good. We were losing time and we were losing it fast. So we came up with a plan to save you kids. King Roland and Queen Ivana, Vern of the Kingdom of Alter Glass, sent their son, Prince Travas.
Oh shit. Okay. Hold on. I am
I'm giving this to you slowly because it's going to be a lot. Like I said, here is all the beans. Well, not all the beans, but a lot of the beans.
Okay, so Travas is the prince.
Yes. Prince of a royal family from 200 years ago.
Okay.
Queen Ivana's younger sister, Princess Viela Faust of Altagras.
Boy. So, okay, so Viela's the sister of
Queen Ivana.
Of Queen Ivana.
The Duke and Duchess are Michael and Ellery Faust. Those are your parents.
Okay.
So basically, Viela is your aunt, but is of a similar age. And Travas is your cousin.
Okay.
And Quinn is your sister. You are all...
Okay.
Quinn is your older sister.
Okay. That
You are the lost family of Alter Glass. You were... When things got dicey, you were all taken to a place that was made safe. A place created by the geniuses that were Eowys of the Old Stones and Brick the Artificer.
I'll kind of like tilt my head towards Sai a bit. Just kind of go, okay.
He also makes a Nayat sigh. Eowys was my cousin.
Oh. Okay. So Rig is potentially uncle of
About, yeah. That's why he was like, oh, there's a family resemblance earlier.
and she might okay. And I'm gonna say okay. I have questions, but now's not the time for that. There is one question, however. I'll just hold up my hand and point at Bucky. So, with all of our fancy pants put together stuff going on, who are you?
I worked in the kitchens. Quinn saved me on the way out, and the castle was burning. I've been trying to protect you all ever since.
Why? Not. I'll reach up and like rub at my forehead. Not that I am trying to blame. Again, I'm not trying to blame you for anything, but you didn't have to, and I.
He kind of pets Quinn, who's sitting on his shoulder. We do a lot of things for love, kid.
Oh, right. Sorry. I guess this will take me some time to put the pieces together.
Rig goes on to say, We didn't know where they took you. We couldn't find you, and they long ago disappeared.
I'm gonna look at Rig, just make a face, and snap a finger, point up towards, like, the ceiling of the tunnel.
Rig looks confused, looks up, looks back down. What's up there, boy?
The village. And I'll look towards Prix, a far, far away place.
Gretza peeks up. Like another plane?
Maybe. I don't know.
That's exactly what it sounds like, Stitches says from the corner.
Apparently time went a little bit differently there. So that's all fun and games. But, Bucky, I don't know if you could recall the fog.
It wasn't as thick as Quinn said it was.
There was a lot of it. I could go maybe 15 feet into the woods before I start seeing that stuff. And apparently, I'll just reach up and rub at the side of, like, one of my eyes. It was starting to have some real bad effects on us. So I don't know about this war stuff. I don't know about all this old kingdom stuff. And frankly, to be honest, I would be lying if I told you this had any sort of a major emotional impact on me. I'll probably get to that at some point. But, that stuff is dangerous.
And it's everywhere. You hear Sai peek up.
Yeah, it's coming out of all those pipes. I don't know if that's the same sort of thing, but you might be looking at a full-blown disaster.
That's why we need to start really making headway with disrupting all of this shit that's going on. You hear Stitches stay from the back. You notice that their language is a bit gruffer than they are when they're up top.
Yeah, sorry. I just have a little bit of a issue with not being able to get the answers I need.
Bucky looks down, looks back up, looks you dead in your eye. I will never keep information again from you.
Yeah. We used to be best friends, remember?
He nods. We can try and be that again.
That's fine. Like I said, I don't blame you. We'll just have to process this information at some point.
Gretza kind of peeks up. Speaking of processing information.
Um,
We were down here for a reason.
Right, yeah. Who the fuck shot you, man?
Exactly who I told you shot me. Murphy, on the way out after overhearing some information.
Oh. Huh. I just figured there could have been anybody on the other end of a... whatever hit you.
A gun.
A gun. I'll look at him. Suffice to say, I haven't been around a lot of firearms in my day. I'll kind of like side-eye everyone else and be like, yeah. But what sort of a gun are we talking about here?
Something like this. Gretza pulls one out from her robes.
Ooh.
Pretty standard. All of us satyrs usually have at least one on us.
Is this a cultural thing, or is
It's all of our families seem to have to carry one because all the other families might want to use one on us, sort of thing.
Do you mind if I will
She
gladly ask.
hands over the pistol.
Yeah.
It seems to be another crystal-powered instrument.
Okay. I'm going to bring out my notebook and I'm going to start maybe jotting down blueprints, say, or getting ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
While you're doing that, Bucky's gonna go on talking about what he saw. There's going to be a shipment. The biggest shipment they've ever gotten in of the dust. If we can disrupt it, if we can get it out of there, it would definitely dampen their resources.
It's probably a good idea.
It's coming in by train.
That thing on the tracks?
Yep.
Sorry, it's been some time.
Reg comes over and pats you on your shoulder. If you really are the Aenixi I think you are, it won't take you too long to catch up.
I guess so.
Plan is, we get on the train, we take away the dust, we dispose of it. Get it out of the system, get it out of circulation.
I'm gonna hold up my finger. What's a good, safe way to dispose of it?
We usually go out of town and set it to burn.
Okay. Further questions. What's it taste like?
Sweet.
Fuck. Yeah. Yeah, that stuff is leaking all over the village. That definitely is it.
Well, it's a good thing you're not in the village anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen, it's going to be dangerous. But we might be able to use you as reconnaissance in one of the passenger cars.
It's alright. I'm a face they haven't really seen a whole lot of before. I kind of stopped. There's not like... I'm kind of new to this whole Duke Duchy thing, whatever that thing is. There's not like paintings of me somewhere, are there?
Rig kind of looks a little sad. Everything that reminds anyone of the Kingdom of Alterclass was destroyed many years ago.
Alright, cool. So I have anonymity.
He kind of looks at you. He can't seem to really, like he's trying to understand, but the fact that you're so blasé about what was basically the destruction of your own kingdom, it's just like a very sorrowful look he's giving you.
I'll look towards him and I'll kind of shoot him a look like, oh, I didn't realize I was hurting your feelings.
Roll me a perception, by the way.
Okay. I will have to apologize to him later. 21.
How is he down here? What, didn't he have something on his ankle that keeps him from going anywhere?
I'm gonna stop and look at him. Just idly slide my mega tool off the holster. Okay, so Rig, I do have a couple questions for you, actually.
Go on.
And I'm gonna hit the buttons for the sword. And as I do so, I'm going to aim for it to be pointed at his neck. What's in the contract?
What are you talking? What is this?
You shouldn't be down here.
He laughs a bit.
Anybody else got an explanation for this?
Twitch just kind of like comes around from behind with his with their hands raised, leans down, and points at the ankle bracelet. There seems to be a sticky substance kind of stuck over the place where the little beam of energy used to connect.
I'll look down at it, back up, make complete eye contact with Riggs. Hi, remember, I get a little testy when I don't get an answer, so please someone explain.
I put gum over it.
Is that Rig who said it?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just gonna say, someone else.
It's a special little trick I came up with, Gretza says from the corner. Basically, there's gum on there, and then there's gum on the sensor, and then we take a little bit of one of his old cuffs and put it near there so that it kind of like disrupts we just kind of trick them so that they think he's still there. Bucky just comes over and very gently tries to lower your arm.
I'm gonna just kind of place my hand on my forehead again. I'm gonna lower the blade. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Are you feeling up to this?
Rick, I'm sorry.
It's all right. You've had to take in quite a lot in a very short amount of time.
I'm gonna reach up for my goggles and pull them up so that they can see my eye color.
That's... Well, I was about to say how much you looked like your father with that sword, but your eyes...
I have been waking up every morning trying to piece together the previous day. For I don't know how long. Roughly of a time span I've been told, about 250 years. This is not good stuff. No one should be subjected to this.
And that's why we're trying to get rid of it.
I am acting this way because I do not have a past. I know I should probably be, I don't know, more shaken up by the fact that you just told me my parents' names and I cannot put them to faces. I don't think I can feel much about it.
You feel Sai kind of slip her hand into yours.
I'm still trying to work over the fact that my sister looks the way she is, and that she even is my sister.
That's another long story. And it's not a happy one either.
But right now the present is what we make of it. And what I need to make of it is to make sure that my friends are safe. So we burn this stuff. And then if they want to pick a fight, then we're just going to have to give them a fight right back.
Fricks kind of skips over. So, Aenixi, what do you know about heists? And we're going to end things here.
Awesome. Oh, man. Woo! That was a run. So what the fuck does that make me? I guess I'm runner-up, Duke? What's the process of that?
You're definitely one of the people in line for the throne.
Oh, cool. I probably don't have much interest in that, especially since it's like, well, I mean, throne might not exist anymore.
No. But the people who are now running what was your country are doing some shady shit. So. I'm thinking that's what you take more offense by.
No, I'm sitting here going, oh shit, that drug can be weaponized and that's not good. I care less about restore former glory and more along the stuff is, yo, you need to put some coasters down. You need to fix these pipes, motherfucker. I am less like royalty and more handyman right now. I'm fixing Felix Jr.ing it up right now, man.
So,
shit!
Now you know who all the children were before the village.
Cool.
Hey, what do you think about all of that?
I have a sister!
And she's a dragon. Now.
Okay!
Yeah, Quinn is your older sister. Viella is your aunt. And Travas is your cousin.
And those two are the prince and princess,
Yes, Princess Viella Faust of Alterglass.
Oh shit, okay. So...
And Prince Travas Vern of Alterglass.
Vern is their last name.
Vern, it's because King Roland Vern was a knight and married the queen. Queen Ivana Vern.
Okay.
Formerly Queen Ivana Faust.
Okay, so Travas and Viella are direct siblings?
No, Viella is Queen Ivana's younger sister.
Oh, okay. So sister to the queen,
Mm-hmm.
but Travas is definitely the son of those two.
Yes.
Okay, son of Ivana, and I forget the king's name.
Roland.
It's in here somewhere. Roland, thank you. So... Okay, so...
And there's more to that story, too, but you don't know it yet.
So, I'm guessing that means... Okay, so Viella's
your aunt. Yeah, Viella's your aunt.
Of some removal.
Yeah.
Travas and I are cousins?
Yes.
Again, of maybe a one or two removals.
No, Queen Ivana has a brother who is your father, Michael Faust.
Okay, so I don't have the direct royalty. So then we're cousins.
Yes.
Okay. Sai is the daughter. Crap. There was another question I wanted to ask for Sai's sake, but I was like, it's awkward to ask it in front of her. This was out of a curiosity.
You will have time to ask more questions of Rig.
Yeah.
Rig, it seems like, served closely with your family and knows quite a bit. So.
Okay. I am trying to piece together the different family trees.
Basically, you plugging Marmee back in to enough full capacity for her to spill, say, Ewis and Brick's name in front of Rig, who is the only one out of all of them who would know anything about the royal family, caused him to recognize you.
Oh shit.
And I rolled for all of this.
Oh, man.
Something about this game is just like,
Whoops.
Here, give him this. So, yeah.
And I'm taking all this information going like, all right, okay, but that's like 250 years in the past, and there's not much I can do about that.
This is fantasy, though.
It's
There
fine.
are people who live that long.
Rig is a few hundred years old. You look fantastic. Man,
There is sturdy dwarven blood.
you scared the hell out of me with, how's he down here? I was just like, oh no.
I did not expect you to pull a knife on him. It was just one of those things I was like, how have you noticed, like, how he got out when he's supposed to be a slave?
I didn't put two and two together. The fact that he was, like, out of his shop, like, again, the dwarf being like a fucking, like, house arrest sort of thing was kind of like one of those things where it's like, okay, I've just learned about this thing. This will catch up with me. So when you pointed it out, I went, ah, shit! I was like, Murphy! You bastard! Oh, man. Okay, so my parents' names are apparently Michael and Ellery.
Mm-hmm. Faust.
Okay. And that does tie into that apparently Quinn had the same hair color as my mother.
Yes.
Okay.
Ellery Faust and Quinn both have golden hair.
Cool. Oh, man. I'm not sure how I feel about that Faust name, let me tell you.
Things are named things for a reason. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not gonna metagame nothing. I've heard that thrown about a few times. Okay. So Sai is the daughter of the advisors.
We didn't get as far as I thought we would get tonight, but it's fine because that means I can plan out the heist a bit better.
Yeah, and when you mentioned, like, Brick was the artificer, I was like, oh, maybe that's my fault. Nope, okay. Huh. Alright, well, still. Bucky's
Perhaps maybe you guys did work a lot together, though, so...
Yeah, Bucky's the kitchen boy. And my immediate thought was, well, I'm glad you got out as well.
The reason why he's so protective of you is because your family basically saved his life when they didn't have to.
Okay. I was just like... I was just sitting there like, oh, okay. I was trying to approach the subject where, like... I am the royal, and you weren't. How do I... Like... I want to say something in a way it's like... not looking down on him for any peasantry or anything like that. It was just along the lines of like, I'm glad you got out too.
Yeah.
So, you seem like a cool dude.
How'd I do tonight?
I'm fucking thrilled.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to the next session. Oh man, this is cool. This is real cool.
I did the opposite with you that you did with Zephyr. You're most definitely somebody.
Which means very little to me.
Right?
At the moment, it's like, listen, I'll worry about the past thing later. I'm more concerned with what's going on now.
Yep.
Like, cool. I'm glad we got answers to those questions. I still have amnesia, and I'll work on that, but,
Well, the thing is, yeah, you have this, but you don't know what it means yet.
yeah. But right now, like, my major concern is, oh, so the fog I was seeing is a drug, and there was a lot of it, and it could do horrible, terrible... Oh, God, I have a canteen full of fucking dust water.
Yep.
Shit! Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, and my brain's like, but this could be useful, and I'm like, but it still could be terrible.
I mean, you do have a potions master with you.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna bring that up with her.
By the way, the whole, oh, hey, look at his ankle was to bring up the fact that he can actually leave when he wants to. But also to show off that the candy Gretza makes can do more than just be candy.
Yeah.
She's your cue.
Oh God, I'm glad you mentioned that he still had the anklet on, because I was about to be like, imposter!
Yeah.
Fuck!
That was a great tense moment though. So that was a cool thing. You made me get scared for a second. I was like, no, he's not evil. Fuck.
That's why I was like, I'm not attacking him, but I'm definitely pointing at his throat. But I need to play the paranoia that Anexi's going through.
Yeah.
It's just like, hi, I need answers, and this is how far I'm willing to go to get answers.
However, you have learned who his owners are.
Oh God. Oh fuck. Yeah, no, I need to help Ray.
And he went, and this is a person who went from being trusted by royalty to literally being a slave. So.
No, I need to help Rig. It's not because, anything he did in the past. It's just along the lines of, like, well, maybe a little bit of that, but it's more along the lines of, like, crap, I really need to help him out regardless. Mm-hmm. I was going to do that anyways. It was just along the lines of, like, oh, God. Oh,
and him,
God.
like, yelling at Bucky for not telling you things.
Motherfucker. This is why you need to tell me things. I get paranoid and then I whip out sword mode.
Poor little Sai just putting her hand in yours going like, it's okay.
Hi, I'm sorry I almost scared your uncle. Fuck. Crap. Oh yeah, the question I meant to ask, but it was like kind of embarrassing, was like, so is Sai like half dwarf?
She is. She's half dwarf.
Okay.
Her mother is a dwarf wizard, very powerful dwarf wizard, and her father was a human artificer.
Okay.
Named Brick. So she is a half dwarf, which is why she's so tiny.
Man, it was fun being able to bust out, like, just drop all the acts and be like, hi, I'm the conspiracy nut. What's going on? I need answers, damn it.
You know, you might have sown some distrust in maybe a couple of the other people just because you're a little, not because they think you're going to do something evil, but because you're a bit unstable.
I needed to show off that I was unstable. It was along the lines of like, no, you guys might not understand. I was kind of in a very bad place.
Yeah.
And that's kind of affected me. Yes. So I need you all to understand this. But yeah, no, I am definitely apologizing the fuck out of everything to Rig later on. I feel immensely bad.
That'll be fun to play out later.
Yeah. It was along the lines of like, there was already a good deal of stuff. I was like, I was going to apologize to him, like, listen, I'm sorry I discredited your memory of everything going on, even if I don't remember. And then I was like, wait, hold on, how are you down here? Who are you? Jason Bourne!
Oh my god, Jason Bourne.
Who am I?
Yeah. Oh, are we still recording?
Yes, actually.
Let's go ahead and end that here.
Alright, this has been a fucking blast. Oh my gosh! We're gonna have a heist! But next year, Duke, who cares? Heist! And I'm glad I'm trusting the other two more now.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to see what the best way to approach them with that. So you guys are like the prince and princess. Don't let it go to your heads. Also, don't blab about it to everyone else because.
But yeah, Yalla's your aunt. How do you feel about that shit?
All right. I'm not sure.
Explains why she bossed you around so much.
I'm not sure I'm ready to Game of Thrones this up yet.
You're not related to Sai, though.
Hey now.
Who may be older than what she thinks she is because she's so tiny.
Yeah,
You guys
crap.
Just
Okay.
assumed she was younger.
Huh. At least I'm happy I got Marmy fixed. I'm gonna have to ask Rig, be like, I need a charging station. And then we gotta figure out how to make, like, automated ones.
Oh yeah, he also recognized Marmy
Oh! Cool.
as one of Brick's creations.
Yeah, he did, like, say, like, so you could get your teacher Marmy. And I was like, he knows the term.
He said, your school marm.
Yeah, your school marm. I was like, wonder how much he knows. And yeah, I figured it's because he helped out so much. I was like, he's already seen enough to be like in for penny, in for pound. So here we go.
But yeah, just reading over your shoulder, seeing all that, it was like a fucking ghost coming back to haunt him.
I can see where Sai gets it now.
Babe, I rolled for every single one of those reveals, and every single one was like, "Yep, no, it's happening. No, it's happening."
So this is happening, and this is happening.
The sync on it was basically getting rigged to realize who you guys are.
Huh.
And that forced Bucky to spill all of the beans. He ate all of the potatoes.
They're all gone. All right, cool. I'm
telling you right now, there is still so much mystery to your backstory.
I'm still like, okay, cool. Royal family makes sense. Don't care about that. I'm more caring about the.
I love how you're like, I don't care, and like everybody who was involved directly with it and remembers is like.
It's like, okay, I'm not gonna say I'm just gonna completely discard that. That's not what I'm saying. Is that's not important right now. What's important is this stuff can be really bad.
But here's the thing: they're not connecting the dust to everything else because they don't know what the dust is made of.
Yeah, but
so
I'm sitting here.
They're not making the connection between that and then all of the crystal powered stuff.
Yeah. But I'm also sitting here going, I'm so glad I have the one perspective and outside factor of, hold on, I know what a lot of this stuff can do, and it's bad.
And now you've gotten confirmation from Rig that your eyes weren't like that before.
Yeah. And it's like, just, oh yeah, and like, I'm sure someone would be like, we should put you back on the throne. And I'm like, do you not understand? The world is about to get fucking Dark Knighted.
They don't seem too concerned about putting you back on the throne. It's more along the lines of, if certain people find this out, you're dead.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to talk about that. And frankly speaking, I might not ever get back to that point.
You can also tell that one of the main reasons Bucky wasn't talking about it is it's painful for him to talk about on top of everything else, so.
God, I'm gonna have a fucking run-in with Murphy at some point. It's just be like, hey, what are you doing, kid? Nothing. Doesn't look like a whole lot of nothing. Just chilling. Looks like more like you're trying to you thwarting my plans? Thwarting your plans? Yeah, are you thwarting my plans? Yeah. Sorry.
So, yeah, there's gonna be a heist where you
Woo.
have to steal something off a train.
Oh God, I have to stop some bioterrorism. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun! Hey! Okay, I'm actually gonna stop the recording now.
Your version of Avalanche?
Avalanche, motherfucker!